You said it's a 2-cycle?
Yeah, 2-cycle engine.
Okay.
So it's gas and oil injector. So you got to have oil mixed with your gas. You don't do it, it's automatically done. Okay, so I'll show you where the oil goes. And the oil is going to last you a while.
And how long is a while?
A couple of weeks. The oil is here. That tank right there, it's half full. That'll last for the rest of the season.
Right here?
Yeah, the tank right here. Right there. Okay, it's half full. That'll last you the rest of the season. When you're starting to run low, alarm will go off on your dashboard.
Okay.
It'll beep and you'll be like, oh, and you'll see a thing flashing with like the oil light. That's your oil, okay?
What kind of oil does it take? Just regular?
It takes this oil right there. You got a whole gallon of it, and oh, you do have Ajax on here. This oil right here.
Yeah, I can put it in there.
It takes 2-cycle marine oil. I use this. I get this at Walmart. It's like 20 bucks. Yamalube, which is what they kind of recommend, I don't think it makes a difference. It's like 30 bucks.
I got you.
So I've been using this Pennzoil marine oil 2-cycle. I get it, like I said, at Walmart. Walmart has Walmart and Home Depot both got a pretty decent marine section for lines, oil, filters. Specifically Walmart.
Should I just get the hose and wash that?
Yeah, it's right here. I got the hose right here. The hose right there. So I'm going to show you this next thing here. Had tidal line real quick. You got hose up. I did, just leave it. It'll go off. Don't play with it. It's weird. I don't know why. It's just, it'll shut off in a second. It's a very delayed reaction with that.
How did you,
There you go. No, whatever, that's fine. Okay, so let me show you this thing here.
Baby. Wait.
This is
You want me to do it? I'm just trying to.
I just don't want to miss anything. So you just,
Did you guys put this on?
yes.
Okay, because this is kind of almost what it is. It goes under, so.
Yeah, I just saw a video and it was
It's
like a
very
cleat knot or something I was doing. I don't know
Yeah,
what
these
it's
are
called.
the most common one you can do. And always have your lines ready before you're pulling somewhere. If you, okay, we're going over there, we're going to dock, okay. Look at the thing, see which way the wind's blowing so you know how you want to pull in.
Uh-huh.
And you want to have your lines on the side where you're going to tie off. And if you're going to usually have two, at least one here, one in the front. But if you go like this, just go, you go down. Just go around, and then you like this, see? Twist
Yeah.
it. That.
Okay.
Okay, and then the same thing over here. Go again, twist it. As long as, because you want to pull underneath. You don't want to go this way. You don't want to be on top because it's not going to lock in.
Okay.
Underneath,
The
it locks.
pressure,
it
you're on
locks
top
to
of
itself.
itself. Yeah, I got you.
It locks to itself. Now you can pull this thing. You can pull the button. That's only 2 wraps.
And it's not going
and it's
anywhere.
going nowhere.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, so when you're pulling it somewhere, have your lines ready. Don't pull in and be like, oh shoot, we need lines. Then you got to dig here, dig wherever they might be, and then pull them out and they're attached to the anchor, they're tangled up. Always have your lines. I like to have lines readily available on the boat at all times. You know,
Okay.
and I usually keep them in the back, that back middle hatch there, because it's easy and convenient to get to.
Uh-huh.
I have that black bag with extra lines that you can leave somewhere else, longer lines. You don't need long lines. These 2 or 3 of these handy at all times would be great.
Now my question, he probably knows this, but you were saying about you want to see, did you say the tide or the wind as far as which, you were talking about when you determine where you're
Well, when you're going to pull in somewhere else, like a gas dock, or you're going to a restaurant on the water, or someplace on the water, you want to tie up. So if the wind's coming from that way, you're going to be blowing that way. You want to probably tie up on this side because you want the wind to blow off of the piles. Since if the wind's blowing this way and you're tying up on this side, you're going to tie up, but then the boat's going to be getting blown into that pile anyway.
Okay.
And you're gonna,
You understand all
No. I hear what he's saying because that's what we was talking about yesterday. Remember, the tightest line is what you take off last because that's the one that's holding the boat still.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm listening.
This thing here is great to buy. Stupid little things like this. Great to buy. It's a suction cup jammy because you don't have a lot of stuff on it. When I'm on the way, I throw my phone in here and everything because you know why? The phone, you hit a wave or something, boom, the phone's off, flying over there, you know, whatever. So these are good to have. You know, you can find another one. This again from Walmart I got. And you put one right here. Let's start this up and I'll show you the gauge thing on the gauge where the oil is and everything. Your bilge is right here. You know the bilge is, right?
A what?
The bilge pump.
No. What's that?
This is any water from rain, from washing the boat, whatever. This is a self-bailing boat. If you go over a wave, water comes in, it's gonna go out these scuppers. Those
I got
are called
you.
scuppers. Okay.
Do we have to plug those scuppers or no?
No, you never plug them. Never.
Okay.
Matter of fact, always make sure they're clear. Make sure they're clear of any leaves or anything, because that will hold water and that will cause the boat to sink. This is what they call a self-bailing boat.
I got
So
you.
any water comes in, bails out. However, anything that gets below that is going to stay in the hull.
I got
Okay,
you.
so this is the hull. You can see right here. It may look like a lot, but it's not. See that water there? See how it's even?
Yeah.
With that, that's very little water. It's flowing. See how it's flowing here a little bit? Still, not a lot of water, because that's a drop. That's actually the bottom of the boat right there.
Okay.
So that's a drop, and that's a sump to catch the water. This is a bilge pump switch, and there's a bilge pump back there, and it pumps out over here. So if you listen, you'll hear it go on, and you should hear maybe a little water come out. It's on.
And that's to pull out that water when
Yeah.
it gets too much in there.
And I don't even hear anything coming out, so.
Yeah. Cause look,
Yeah.
it's coming out. Cause
No.
look, no.
No, you'd hear it.
Oh, you hear it,
Comes
okay.
out the side of the hose.
Oh, you hear it
like the
shooting out?
hose.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think it was a lot in there.
No, it's not a lot in there.
Yeah, because I
So-
actually see some bottom parts that's not even
Right. So
water on
there
it.
you go. That's the bilge pump. Okay.
Okay.
It's always good just when you check this. If God forbid you're looking here, I mean, I've came in and had rain and had water halfway up the batteries, which it's not the end of the world.
Okay.
Okay. This here and this here. Oh, so you said about a bait well. You guys asked me about a bait well. Did you ask me about that?
Yeah. You would say
Live well.
you say don't
Live
do
well.
that. You're supposed to tell me why.
Because they're supposed to be round. Okay. There's a pump in them that goes and it's supposed to be round, and that's and you're pumping water from the outside.
Yeah, cycling
and,
it.
and it also drains right out.
Yeah.
Which is fine, but these things ain't round. I mean, I use it for storage. This one I use for the extra oil, whatever, blah blah blah. And there's a drain in there, so water will
Is it
get
okay
in.
for me to leave the Ajax in there?
Yeah, absolutely. But if you guys want to take this out and clean this up and throw your fish in here when you catch fish, you can throw them right in there and take them out at the end of the day, because this drains. Then you can hose it out and everything's gonna go right out the boat.
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah, look, I'll show you the drain here.
Wow.
There's a
Yeah, because we'll actually catch fish.
yeah. Here's the drain right here.
We should have got ice, Mama. Now I'm thinking it's warming up.
See this here? That's the drain.
Okay.
Okay. However, being that I have oil in here, I would clean this one really good with a degreaser or whatever before if you want to do that.
Okay.
This one over here, I keep the extra anchor on, a little anchor. Same thing though. It's got the same drain under there. Where is the fucking anchor?
Is that the small one that you just put over?
No, because that should have been a third one. There is. All right, we'll find it. Anyway, this one drains also, and I keep the extra anchor. And I like that rubber thing in there from the bar, but just because when the anchor hits the bottom, it will start chipping the gel coat.
Okay.
That's just a nice heavy rubber thing. But you guys, like I said, you can hold your own storage. If you want to use that for fish, that'd be great. I mean, I didn't fish too much, so but this would be great
all
for
we
fish.
plan on doing.
Yeah, but this would be great for fish because when you're done, you take your fish out, you hose that, and it drains out.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Plus, not for nothing, the fish bleed in this shit. It's gonna drain out anyway, and it'll be chumming up the water for you.
Yeah,
That's a
true.
good idea.
You know?
Oh yeah.
Tackle box. This is a nice piece of storage in here. This is where I put things you want to have easy access to. Again, this is self-draining cutting board. When you guys like to fish, you got to have a bucket or something. Or I'll tell you two things: a bucket or something to wipe when you get fish guts and shit, blood on the boat. Rinse it off quickly or before it dries. Once it dries, it's a bitch to take it off the boat. It's you know
Okay.
you gotta use the scour powder, whatever. Cutting board for your bait. We put it on here.
That's what I was thinking about, that little spray thing. We could just spray it down if we have it, but we'll start to organize it.
This again is a drain, so you can use this as a cooler. You could throw ice and drinks in here. This here is a freshwater pump. I'll tell you, I bought the pump brand new and I put it in. Freshwater pump meaning that you can actually have fresh water on the boat and rinse shit, not drinking water.
Right.
Fresh water to rinse fish blood, guts, whatever.
Okay.
So here's the sink for it. The pump is under there. I bought it brand new, put it in, and for some reason I don't remember the details, but it should work. It don't work. It's probably got to be hooked up. You put the water in there. See back here, that hatch, that hole. That's your water holding tank. So the fresh water for this will come from that. It's empty. The pump is under here. It's brand new. It's mounted under here. It's just not hooked up.
Okay.
Or whatever. I forget what happened, but it's new. I used it for one season.
Okay.
And then I never used the fresh water. So you hook a garden hose on here, a little one, just to hose out fish guts, blood, whatever. That, if you wanted to get it working again, is probably a real cheap, easy fix. I
Okay.
just, like I said, I haven't looked into it.
Okay.
So that's just extra shit. All right, so let's turn to the gauges on the thing. See this here? You know about this, right?
It's a
it has
kill
to be
switch.
on there, yeah.
That's a kill switch.
And connected to you, so if you get
That's
thrown,
what. Yeah, that's why it's not connected to me, because nobody ever does that. Not on a boat. On a jet ski, yeah.
Okay, I got
on a
you.
boat, you know, what are you gonna do every time? If you get connected to your vest, you get up, you walk away, or whatever. Just. I always leave this on. I never even ever take it off, because the boat won't start without it. So right now, how you even got this? You got to take this thing apart just to even make this work. 'Cause
Oh, okay.
That's not gonna reach there to here.
yeah.
Oh, it's actually right here. I'm sorry, but still won't reach anyway. So this goes on here. Which, okay, then the key. Okay. Okay. So these. Over up. Just put the engine down. Okay. There's a hydraulic steering, just in case you want to know that. Should never have an issue. These lines were replaced 2-3 years ago. This is so nice compared to the one I looked at. This comes off, hydraulic steering goes in here, but you should never lose it. If you lose it, there's a problem. But if you lose it, maybe the lines are porous, but the lines are new, so you should have nothing to worry about that with 10 years. How it's hydraulic steering, it's filled in here, and the hydraulic canister is back there. That makes the steering easier on this boat. Here's your gauge, 606 hours. This here, see these 2 lines right here, 1 through 5, determines where your engine is. Otherwise the wrench should go up. Okay, it should be going up. See the little boat thing right here?
Yeah.
And the 1 through 5? That determines how, and again, you know what
That's
that's
the
only
trim
for?
level?
It's the trim, exactly. And what that's for is to let you know where your sweet spot is. I know the sweet spot at like 3,500 RPM, which is what I like to cruise at. And I'm cruising and the boat's steady. The wake should be right here. It shouldn't be up in the front, because that means you're plowing. And
Wait a minute, say that again. The wake should be where?
right about here, right about where you are. That's where you should see the boat water crusting out of the boat. If you go back too far, you're gonna hydroplane. You can hear the engine go. That means you're up too high. You got to come back down a little, because your prop is coming out of the water. You're not pushing water, you're pushing air at that point. And if you're going too slow, which when you're first starting, you'll be plowing, which nothing wrong with plowing. The engine's working a little harder and you're burning fuel. So you got to find your happy spot. I know that I like the happy spots in this boat is like at going slow, nice and easy, from 14 to 2,000 RPM. A good cruising speed is like 32 to 36. And then, of course, if you want to go 4,500, that's nice, fast, and you're burning gas. But that's, you know, and like the only time I ever do that, sometimes when I see the canal, I'm like coming in, I see the canal, I'll floor it just to blow it out, clean it up, whatever. But that's that. All right, 606 hours. That, I gotta really see now. Yeah, what the hell is that? That full circle? I'm not sure which one's which. It's telling, one of them's telling you oil's high, your oil's full, and oh yeah, okay, here it is, temperature. Okay, that's yeah, I think that's telling you, the 3 bars telling you oil's good. Okay, this is an important gauge to watch too. This thing should only be approximately in the middle. Again, if your alarm's going off, it's going to be because your engine's running hot or you're low on oil. Okay, and you'll see it here. If your engine's running hot, this thing's going to be up here. Okay, so that's one system. And if it's oil, you're going to see this flashing. One that circle will probably be flashing. I forget which one it is. That circle will be flashing if your oil's low.
And this is how much gas we have in there?
That's your gas, yes. That's your gas, and this is your volts. Your volts should always be right where you're at. See where you're at, 12? That's good. Okay, when you're running, it should be at 12, maybe a tad higher, maybe it's like 13. And that's really all the gauges you need in the boat. You got everything you need here.
How long would that gas on a half a tank? I know it depends how much we're running it, but
you know what's funny? I'll tell you this. I like to keep it at a half a tank just under if it goes under. But what I do is right now, I would put, like me, if I was driving a boat and I see it's at a half a tank, I was like, okay, I want to keep it at a half a tank and going out today. I know I'm going to be fine. I put in 15 gallons and I could run around probably all day and come back and I'll still have my half a tank.
I got you.
We'll go
10,
over there.
10 to 15 gallons. Yeah, that's fucking not bad. Cheap, that's you see it, $2.23.
Oh, okay.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, so anyway, that's your gauge. It's very, simple. It's the boat. Oh, I gotta show you the washout, right? You guys didn't know that, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Okay, very simple. See the black hole going up to the back of the boat there?
Yeah, that's what we had to find out, baby. The wash,
Yeah, because that's protecting the motor, and that's gonna make this thing live forever.
Yeah, that's anything like that. I want to make sure we do right. Anything up.
And it's very simple. You can put it on here for 5 minutes or 5 hours. I mean, I was at the Babylon thing. I actually forgot and left it on overnight. It ain't gonna hurt the boat.
Okay.
But all you gotta do is wash it out for 5-10 minutes. It basically flushes fresh water into the motor and flushes out all the salt water that you were just running. Because when you're out there running, the motor's cooled down by salt water. So when you come back, you're just hooking up to fresh water and you're flushing out with fresh water, so there's no salt water sitting in there. Salt water is gonna build up and it's gonna leave on whatever. So it's basically it's a hose fitting, like garden hose fitting. And it's right here. You just, I mean, I would do it from over there, but I'm just doing it so you can see. You come here, you take it off like a garden hose. You put your garden hose right onto there.
Oh, okay.
And you turn it on. Okay?
Okay.
When you're done, you just take this off and you put it back onto the fitting right here.
Okay. Okay.
That's simple. There's also trim things on the motor here. See, if you're back here, you can do it here. There's a switch up and down. Okay.
Okay.
Take this motor off. Is this? There's 2 back here. 1 and 2. And yeah. Okay, just gonna do it. There's your engine.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's nice, clean. It's maintained for 600 hours, and I maintain it. Here's the oil. The oil that pumps from down there pumps into this tank. Okay, and then when this tank pumps into the motor, so that's your reservoir tank. Okay, this is your gas tank. There's a fuel, the fuel filter right. Well, this is the gas. What do you call it? The fuel pump is here, and this is the gas filter right there.
Okay.
One thing you gotta look for, if you ever have problems with the oil you got oil here, but it's saying it's low, you can look at this thing and say, well, why is it, if there's a problem there. If you got an oil, this is what it reads low. It actually doesn't read that tank low.
Okay.
It reads this tank low.
Okay.
But that tank feeds this tank.
Okay.
So that's one thing. The filter right down there, if you have, just good to look at that. Not look at that, but if your boat's running shitty, you can't figure out why. Maybe there's water. You'll see it in there.
Okay.
You'll see water in there.
See water in where?
You'll see water in here. If for somehow there's a water separator over here inside the bilge, where poles stand, there's a water separator in there. So that's your protection. You got, gas comes in the boat. If it ever gets water for some reason somehow, you got a water separator down there. If it gets past that, it's going to go into there, and then the boat's going to run like shit.
Okay. So if I see it in there, what do I do?
Then you got to figure out why you're getting water in. That's
Right,
yeah. But honestly, when you see it in there, you got a problem. At that point, you're going to have a mechanic already.
Okay.
I got you.
Most likely, you have a mechanic already.
What do you have to do? Because I see that it's so clean under there. What do you have to do to keep it clean? Anything you have to do?
No, not really. I just wipe it down every now and then when I open it. To winterize the boat, which we'll do when it's time, you just take this off and you spray shit into it. These are 6. You're going to see 6 holes here. That's the TPI, the fuel injection for each one of your carburetors. Okay, there's coil packs on each one of these, on each one of these cylinders. Here's your computer for the motor. All stuff you really did not need to know. It's good to know what it is. Your alternator and your stator is under here. Your computer, your cylinder heads, and then here's your carburetors right here. That's simple. Everything else electronic. Here's the starter for the boat. That's the fuel tank. That's the oil tank.
Okay.
All right. I mean, I know only because I had this boat for that long that I know a lot about this particular motor, which is why I really like the Yamahas. And if you look around,
Most of them got Yamaha.
everybody's got a fucking Yamaha.
Yeah.
Yamaha is. Look around. There's everybody I see one Evinrude right there, and I saw an Evinrude over there, and there's another Evinrude over there, which is a great motor too. But there's Yamahas.
So I know you talked about when we first came on here about what we would need to do to replace this.
Winter. Yeah, when the boat comes out, I would do that. I wouldn't even bother with that. But again, it's a piece of coal, what they call sea teak. And if you look at it, that's what he built his whole thing out of. See his thing right there? See all the white plastic looking stuff? He built that on his boathouse.
Yeah.
That's sea teak.
Okay.
It's
Do you know how to spell it?
It's not really what's called starboard. It's called starboard.
Yeah, I've heard something.
It's called. See this is teak. That's wood.
Okay.
That's teak.
Okay.
Sea teak is basically the same shit, but it's plastic.
Okay.
So it's not gonna ever rot. It's never. That's why they call it sea teak. I think the actual real name for it is called starboard.
Okay.
Now we're gonna have to replace that screw right there, or it's not a problem.
What screw?
The screw that's on the end of that on the boat. See right there?
Oh, that?
Yeah.
I mean, you could. Yeah, it's not really an issue, but that's yeah.
All right, it looks stable. I can tell because you leaning on it, it didn't even move. So we good.
Yeah.
All right, so I gotta come like that.
All right.
All right. And baby, you don't? Do you think we need to go get ice? Because I thought it was gonna be a cool day, but it's already warming up. And if we're gonna be out there
Let me tell
all
you
day,
something. I'll tell you how many times I made that mistake. Like get up in the morning, like, you know what? I'm gonna go out. We're gonna go out with the guys fishing. Back by 12. Now we're not gonna drink today. It's freaking cooler. You get there, and as soon as it gets like, he's like, damn, we should have brought beers. Cardinal mistake number one. When you think you don't want beer on the boat, drink it anyway.
yeah, and ice
You thinking about the ice for the fish? Is that what you're thinking
for the
about?
fish,
For the beer?
for the bait. Really, I'm thinking for the
You
bait because
probably-
bait is everything.
Yeah, but I mean, they're gonna have it right at the gas station.
Yeah, you got it
right
right
there.
here.
So it's like it's
How you been with the pulling in and everything like that? You go just
I took my time.
take your time.
We
go
got it
slow.
in, and I sort of used the pilings a little bit to make sure I was sort of in the
Yeah.
middle. And if I felt
I would
uncomfortable,
definitely, yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I mean,
No, go ahead.
I would still like to practice it. I
Go.
mean, even,
Well, you know when you practice, I'll tell you what. Don't practice here. You go see the buoys out in the water. I mean, you can practice here, but you know what? Like, say, you know what? I see the buoy right there. There's nothing around you. You can get real close to that buoy. You can hit it, and it's not going to be, and not hit it hard, but
Yeah, I
if you bump
understand.
it. But say, you know what? Let me get that corner of the boat right to the buoy.
See,
Or
that's
let me
what-
get
yeah.
that piece of the nose right to the buoy. As if I'm pulling in, I'm docking up, and you
Keep
imagine a
practicing.
dock slip there, and you practice on them. You practice over here. You know, you got boats that sit around, or whatever, or practice on empty slips. You know what I mean? Or pile. See that guy's over there? Something like that. That's a
Okay.
good thing to practice on because there's nobody there. You can get right up to it
Okay.
and show you. All right, what else we got to do here? Any other questions? I'm trying to think if I covered all the bases, a lot of the little
Yeah,
points.
maybe you can see on my list if there was anything.
So you know your
else.
gas is right there, separate, just like a car. You put gas in, you close it down, nice and hand tight.
I thought you were going to arrive with it.
Oh, I'm sorry, because I just started showing you from the trailer. Are we gonna be able to park the trailer on this property and leave it on there? You gotta ask him.
No, it's up here. You got one.
Okay.
Did you look at